It seems like a loafer summer will continue to prevail for the boys. HOKA has released 2 new colorways for their popular speed loafer style, one being walnut and the other being a lighter birch colorway. I joined the loafer train earlier this year with their original colorway. It's just a straight black. The main point of design being the super chunky Speedgoat 5 midsole and then the Vibram outsole. And a couple months ago, they also released this colorway where the black took on this orange flare. Definitely carried a little bit more of a sporty and eccentric look, but nevertheless, it was still very well received. However, with these new colorways, I feel like they're really turning away from that sporty aesthetic and going back into the original direction. I feel like you can genuinely never go wrong with a brown loafer. It's classic and it feels competitive to this new Balance version, but instead I do appreciate them extending the brown onto the sole of the shoe. I feel like it definitely makes it look more cohesive. I know that there's general criticism that if the upper of the shoe is lighter, people tend to not like if the sole is just black. It can definitely be a little harsh on the eyes and also just change the aesthetic of the shoe. But some fun elements of this brown, if you haven't noticed yet, is that there's actually these purple detailings. The back leather tab will be this darker purple color, and the nylon cording laces and this fringe right here is all going to be purple. I feel like the upper leather is already kind of in that reddish bluish tinge, and so I think the purple works really well. Still their way of adding some design eccentricity to it without being too flashy like this version. Going to this colorway, I do like the lighter version, but I do feel like my criticism also extends over. I just feel like this doesn't look very compatible, and I'm kind of curious on what their design intention is. Like looking at this back tab, I wish they incorporated this taupe colorway onto this suede instead. I feel like it would just make it look less harsh overall, especially if they decided to keep the sole black. But I guess maybe their intention was that they wanted to have this like black outlined look for the shoe from the top down. Like in comparison to New Balances, I know that there is a little strip of black here, but overall it feels more touched up. Regardless, I still love that HOKA is staying on this train for themselves. Just because loafers are currently trendy doesn't negate that they are a classic silhouette still, and I ultimately do appreciate this type of creative design development because I think if brands are able to successfully push different versions of the same shoe, it's able to showcase variant design ingenuity even in a constricted space.